From a kid selling ties in the Bronx to a name that screams luxury worldwide, this is the story of Ralph Lauren. A guy who didn't just climb the ladder, he built it from scratch. No fashion school, no rich parents, just a vision and a hustle that wouldn't quit. This is how a dreamer turns style into a billion-dollar empire. Let's dive in. Ralph Lauren was born Ralph Lifshitz in 1939 in the Bronx, New York, a working-class melting pot of immigrants. His parents fled Jewish persecution in Belarus, landing in a cramped apartment with 4 kids. Dad was a house painter, Mom kept the family tight, and Ralph? He was the youngest, dodging punches in a rough neighborhood. No silver spoon here, just hand-me-downs and big dreams. As a teen, he'd hit the streets selling ties he'd snag on the cheap, flipping them for pocket cash. He didn't know it yet, but that hustle was the seed of something massive. Ralph wasn't about the Bronx life forever. He loved movies. Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant, guys with class, style, swagger. He'd eyeball their suits and think, I could do that better. After high school, he worked odd jobs. Stock boy at Brooks Brothers, glove salesman, saving up for city college night classes. But school wasn't his vibe. He dropped out at 20. In 1962, he joined the Army for 2 years, then landed at Rivets & Company, a tie company. That's where it clicked. Ralph saw ties weren't just accessories. They were statements. He pitched wide, bold designs. Think 4 inches, not the skinny 2-inch norm. His bosses laughed. Nobody wants that. Ralph said, watch me. In 1967, with $50,000 borrowed from a clothing manufacturer, Ralph struck out solo. He rented a desk in the Empire State Building and started Polo, a name he picked because it sounded rich, timeless, sporty. No sewing skills, no training, just sketches and a gut feeling. He'd lug samples to stores like Bloomingdale's, getting doors slammed in his face. But then Bloomie's bit, ordered his ties, and only his, for their menswear section. First year, $500,000 in sales. Ralph wasn't just selling ties, he was selling a lifestyle. By 1971, he had a polo shop in Beverly Hills and a women's line. The kid from the Bronx was dressing the elite. Polo took off like a rocket. Ralph doubled down. Suits, shirts, that iconic Polo player logo. He didn't chase trends, he made them. The 70s saw him dressing Robert Redford in The Great Gatsby. Those suits? Pure Ralph. By the 80s, he was everywhere. Flagship stores in New York, London, Paris. He turned preppy into a global vibe. Think horse country meets city cool. At its peak in the 2000s, Ralph Lauren Corp. hit $6 billion a year, 700 stores, 20,000 employees. He didn't just join fashion, he redefined it. Ralph took the company public in '97, the first fashion brand to hit the NYSE. Net worth soared past $7 billion. But it wasn't smooth sailing. Critics called him a copycat. He's no designer, just a marketer. Competition like Tommy Hilfiger nipped at his heels. And in '87, he faced brain tumor surgery. Beat it, kept going. Through it all, he stayed family first. Wife Ricky, 3 kids, all in the biz. Stepped down as CEO in 2015, but still steers the vision. Today, at 85, he's a legend who turned ties into a dynasty. So what's Ralph Lauren's story really about? It's not the billions or the polo ponies. It's about a kid who saw past the tenements and bet on himself. No fancy degree, no insider hookup, just a knack for style and a refusal to hear no. He once said, I don't design clothes, I design dreams. And he did, for himself and millions who wear his name. From Bronx ties to billion-dollar style, Ralph proves you don't need a head start, just a head full of ideas and the guts to chase them. If Ralph's hustle got you fired up, hit that like button, it helps spread the vibe. Subscribe for more stories of dreamers who made it big, and tell me in the comments, let's keep this energy rolling. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.